Hey guys, it's Jenny here. Welcome back to my channel. And I think it's time we have a talk. So clearly I've been on BookTube for a while, and it's just getting to the point where I'm having a hard time with the reality that my reading tastes are changing. And I know that you guys don't tend to care what I read, but this is just kind of an announcement, you know, like whoever might find my channel, or if you guys were interested in what I started out with and maybe aren't going to be interested in what I'm reading now. You know, I just have so many books on this shelf that are realistically never going to get read. And I had a talk with my friend Jocelyn about this. She's feeling the same way I am. And I've been wanting to film this video for a while, but I didn't really know how to go about it. And I actually just saw the other day that Haley and Bookland posted a similar video. It really just gave me the confirmation that I needed to go forward with my own video of this. So yes, we are going to be doing an unhaul, and this honestly might decimate my shelves. Realistically, it really might cut a lot of this down. And I'm trying to be okay with that, but it is hard for me because I spent so much money and so much time on my collection that I'm really just like having a hard time accepting that like my reading tastes have changed so much. When I used to be so confident and sure in what I like to read, and now it's like completely uprooted and changed. Things that interest me before do not interest me now, and things that didn't interest me before interest me now. So this isn't like, I mean, it's going to be a change, but it's not going to be like drastic, I guess. So a lot of the stigmatism around older people reading YA is that it's too young for us, which granted, at the time it was perfect for me. I was a teenager when I started this channel reading a lot of YA, and don't get me wrong, I will still continue to do so, but I'm just going to be more selective with the YA I am reading. I always said that YA was better than new adult or adult, and you know, I am a different person now than I was when I started this channel. I was very young then, and now I'm an adult, so unfortunately it is time to let some of these go. It's just not fair to the books or the authors that I'm keeping on my shelves to just keep all these books that are never going to get read by my eyes. For all we know, that there are other aspiring booktubers who would love to review some of these books. So I'm sorry, the kitten is playing in a bag, but yes, we are going to be parting with some of my book collection. And it might be a lot, it might be a little, it might be most of it. I'm just like, I'm trying to be brutal with it. We're going to start out small and work our way up. The next video in the future, I might need a little bit of time to process what's going to happen today, but the next video I want to do is going through all of the books I have already read, in part with what I'm not going to reread, because another big fault of mine is I keep everything that I read. I do, because it's like, it's a memory in time for me. And sure, there's some books that I keep and will want to reread, but there's other books that I have not reread in years, nor had the desire to reread. And it's hard because that's still like a part of me. A lot of those books are what got me into reading, but I no longer feel the same way about them as I used to, even if they were that bridge that got me to this point. So I'm gonna start out with this shelf here, just to make things easy. So long story short, I am more gravitating towards adult books, mainly adult romance. There are some fantasies that I'm into, but I used to brand myself as a strictly fantasy reader, but now it's just changed so much. There's things that are harder for me to read than normal. Like, they take me longer, and it just, I'm not as motivated to read them. Let's get into this. So we're gonna take down this. So I'm also gonna do a thing where at the end of the video, you guys can pick a couple books that you think I will actually genuinely enjoy. Some tropes I like. I am, you know, a fan of romance. I prefer enemies to lovers. I love the found family trope. I do not like the trope of where the heroine has to sacrifice all of her powers to save you know, whatever the issue is. And there's just books on here that I genuinely cannot picture myself picking up. So, yes, I'm stalling. I've held on to this series for a really long time. Where's book 2? I have held on to this series for a really long time. The Wicked Saints duology trilogy, I think it is. But I don't know if I'll pick this up or not. We're gonna put this on the maybe pile because this is kind of like the vibe I like. But we will see. I mean, it does sound kind of good, but forgive me if I'm wrong, but was this author involved in kind of like a problematic thing in the past? We'll see. So this is going on the maybe pile. I'm keeping Kingsbane because I am still interested in the Furyborn trilogy by Claire Legrand. I'm keeping Puddin' and The Project by Courtney Summers. I'm keeping the Motley Crue book. I'm not so sure about... let me see if I can find the first book, maybe. Truth Witch and Wind Witch. We will see. Maybe with these series that I have, we will do like a try chapter thing, or I will incorporate these into a readathon or something to see if I can get through these. But if not, they will be unhauled. If this is not signed, I will be unhauling it. But if it is, I'm keeping it. Well, it's signed, so I'm keeping this. Maybe eventually I'll pass it on to one of my nieces or nephews since it's the Hair Mafia. I just was not into this. Like, I tried to read this, but I couldn't get into it, so maybe I'll pass it on to my niece when she gets older. This is another thing that I might try for a readathon, like, later in the month. I don't recall really getting into it. I got 5 chapters into this, so... we'll put this to the side. So it looks like I'm putting a lot to the side, and I am, but a lot of this, you'll see. You'll see, I promise. We're gonna get to a point where I'm gonna be like, I'm not interested in this, we're gonna unhaul it, okay? Okay. Just bear with me. This I just bought, so we're gonna keep that. Same with that. This, I don't know. This might be another thing that I keep off to the side for Lexi or one of my nieces and nephews. I love Julie Murphy. You know, actually, I'm going to read this before I give it to her. It's short, it's sweet. I could do it for a readathon. But I do want to try to read everything by Julie Murphy eventually. I don't know if this is a series or not, because if it is, I'm going to unhaul it. And if it's not, I don't know. This is one that we're going to have to... You know what? We're just going to unhaul that one. This one, it sounded good. It's dark, but I don't know. We're gonna have to do some try chapter tags, you guys. King of Scars I'm keeping. Small Favors, I just hauled that. Fallen Kingdoms is going. It's just going. The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chakshi. I have heard this is good. I don't know if I'm into the vibe, so we're gonna try a chapter, and if I don't like it, it's going. My rainbow is being disrupted, and I'm trying to be fine with it. Okay. We'll see. Okay. This time will be different. I'm going to unhaul this. I have not thought about this book in a long time. We're just gonna unhaul it. See, another big thing for me is that a lot of these were literally like bought brand new, and this is a lot of money. So this is another Julie Murphy. We're gonna see. We'll put it up here. Sweet Cute. I heard this was about a like rivalry, so I'm gonna keep this one and try that one out. Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. So many people wanted me to read this. I'll try it out and see, but if I don't like it, please don't take offense. Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. This is an old one. I'm just gonna go ahead and hold this one, unfortunately. Or, I don't know. I'll put that in the maybe pile. If you guys think it's something I'll like, let me know. But I've had that book on my shelf for a long time. Challenger Deep by Niche Schusterman. I'm not gonna read this. We're just gonna unhaul it. Late Night at the Telegraph Club. This one I heard was gay, so I'm gonna try that one out. Plus, it was a more recent buy. 1,000 Ships by Natalie Haynes is staying. Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I have no interest in reading sci-fi. I don't even know why I picked this up. I was influenced by the hype, so it's gonna go. A Curse of Dark and Lonely, I am actually still interested in, so we're gonna keep that. The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. I actually was just picking this one up with my last unhaul, and I decided that it still sounded like something I might like, so we're gonna try it. But if I try to read it once and I can't get into it, we're gonna unhaul it. The Last Queentista, that was a recent buy. A Discovery of Witches. Okay, this is a big book, and I'm pretty sure it's got a lot more books in the series. So I think I'm gonna unhaul this. If you guys honestly think it's something that I will have an easy time reading and will like, let me know. If not, it's going in the unhaul pile, but you know, you guys can still save it if you think it's something I'll like. I'm just really not feeling this book anymore, so we're gonna unhaul it. This Is My America, we're gonna keep. The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw, we are keeping. Kingdom of the Curse, we're keeping. The Maidens, we're keeping. The Book of Living Secrets, we're keeping. Oh my god, you guys. There's so many books that are leaving my shelves. It's hard to pinpoint how I'm feeling about this right now. Like, on one hand, hey, good job. But on the other hand, what the hell am I doing? You know? Okay, we have The Novice by Taryn Matherow. I just don't really think I'm ever going to read this, so we're going to unhaul it. Tiger, Not Daughter by Samantha Mabry. This actually sounds pretty good, and it's short, so I'm going to keep it for a readathon. I unhauled almost all of my YA romance besides Starry Eyes, so I'm going to read it and then unhaul it. So, The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin, we are keeping. Spindle by E.K. Johnston. You know what? We're gonna keep this one for now. But if I continue to have no interest in it, it's time. This book's gotta go. I've had this book since the very beginning, and I've never once had it on a TBR. Girls of Paper and Fire, I do want to keep and try out. We'll see. Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson. I actually like her writing, so I am going to keep this one around for a little while. A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. This is pretty new, so I'm going to keep this around. The Great Hunt by Wendy Higgins. This is going. It was a book outlet find pretty early on. Fireblood we're keeping because I still actually enjoy that series and want to try to finish it. House of Hollow I heard was good, so we're going to keep this around. It's not too long. Ninth House. You guys might know that I DNF'd this before. Did you see that? That was a lot of dust. I'm feeling embarrassed. But I think it might actually be something I want to try now, maybe in the spookier months. We'll see. These Violent Delights. That's embarrassing. I actually still want to try. It's been pretty popular in book talk, and I'm interested. The sequel to this this book just came out. So I do want to try this one again, but if I don't get into it, oh well. I'm gonna give the series one more chance. I think it's a trilogy. There might be one more book coming out, but if I can't get into it, the whole series is going. I just made it so that I had to edit this vlog because I accidentally ended it when I was trying to show you guys how much I've unhauled so far. Perfect. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is staying. I'm curious to see what everybody's saying about it. Airborne by Kenneth Opel. This isn't something I would normally keep, but somebody got this for me and I'm not quite ready to let it go yet. Oh boy. We're getting to the bottom of the shelves. You might see a lot of junk. Actually, why don't we just lower this? Oh my god. That scared me a little bit. Hi. Nice to see you. Okay. Children of Blood and Bone. I think we're finally gonna say goodbye. I've had this book since... What year did this come out? 2018. I've had this book for 4 years. It's time to go. Cinder, let's be honest, I'm never gonna reread this series. Which means Winter can also go. Said that I wasn't gonna be brutal, but here we are. The Glass Spare. This has been on a lot of TBRs and it's never gotten read, so. The Queen's Rising. I don't know. I was into this book, but then I saw the cover of the second one and I really didn't like it. And it's just, I don't really think it's something I'm gonna want to continue in, so. The stack is growing a lot. Do you guys know that I already have like 3 boxes of Unhauls stuffed away in my brother's room? Sweating profusely. The Age of Witches by Louisa Morgan. I just thrifted this. We're gonna like, we might try it. I don't really have the highest hopes for it, but we'll see what it's all about. The Vampire Diaries. You know, I kind of do want to keep this actually. Plus, it's the one that I customized. So I am going to keep this. I've been interested, since I watched the show so many times, I've actually kind of been interested in reading the whole series. We'll see. We will see. Because I hated the books the first time I read it. But that was when I was a diehard fan of the TV show. So maybe I'll just appreciate any extra content. Final Girls by Riley Sagar. This is staying. Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas is also staying. Every Hidden Thing by Kenneth Opel. Ugh. I'm gonna unhaul this. I really don't think I'm gonna get to this. Guys, this is like so cathartic and so stressful at the same time, because on one hand I'm like, oh my god, I have all this space now, and on the other hand I'm like, this is a lot of money, this is a lot of books, this is like a lot of empty space, and like, it's like the 7 stages of grief. Heroine by Mindy McGinnis, I'm going to keep. It's like an arrow's ending. Lady Smoke, I am going to keep for now. We'll see if I can get into the reread of this series. What's the first book called? Ash Princess. Treason of Thorns, I am going to keep this. I just recently got this for like a past Christmas or something. I remember thinking it sounded good, so we'll see. The Last Wish by the Witcher books, I am going to keep. I'm sorry, Taryn Mather fans, but I just never really been that interested in reading the books that I buy of his. House of Dragons by Jessica Cluess. I think I'm going to keep this around for a little bit. it's time for this bad baby to go. This came out like when I first started booktube, just about. Yeah, a lot of these books are from 2018 when I was at the peak of my book buying. And I'm pretty sure I have not read a single freaking book that I bought during that time. Guys, we got a whole shelf and a half cleared. The Light Between Worlds is another book I am going to keep around. Sawkill Girls I am interested in for spooky months. I'm going to have to make a list of books that I said I was going to read during spooky months and hold myself to that. Heart of Thorns by Brie Barton. We are going to try this one time, and if I can't get into it or if I don't like it, we're going to unhaul it and we're not going to buy the sequel. Emergency Contact I heard was actually really cute, so I'm going to try this. Maybe I'll read it for a readathon. I know that this is mostly composed of like texts and stuff, I think. We'll try it out. I don't think it has a sequel, so that's pretty nice. World Without You. I'm going to unhaul this. The Thing She's Seen. This is another thing I'm gonna keep for spooky time readathon. Still Life with Tornado by A.S. King. I unhauled a lot of his books, or her books, I can't remember. Her books. But this is one that I am gonna keep. This is gonna be controversial. I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I'm unhauled. Don't come. Lore by Alexander Bracken. I am keeping. Room by Emma Donahue. I am keeping for now. Okay. Wow. Almost 2 full shelves cleared. Ever the Hunted by Erin Summerall. We're going to unhaul. A Darker Shade of Magic I am keeping. I'll be honest, it's been a long time. That bandwagon has long since passed, but I'll be real, I still want to try to get into it. I can't even see that book. Is it? Oh, it's because of my word jacket. The Raven's Tale by Kat Winters. I'm not feeling this. It's about Edgar Allan Poe, but Kids Like Us by Hilary Rail. This is a really cute cover. I honestly might keep this one. It's short, it's sweet. We'll see. I recently actually hauled this, and I just don't actually think it's something I'm interested in. I don't know why I picked it up. And lastly, we have Robin by Dave Itzkoff, which I am going to keep. And if not, Jocelyn, you can have it. So, I'll thumb through it, and if I don't think it's something I'm going to stick with or read, I'll give it to Jocelyn. Because I know she loves or loved Robin Williams just as much as I did. Dude. We have almost a full shelf cleared. Almost 2 full shelves cleared. I don't know how I feel about this. It's like freeing but scary at the same time. On one hand, I have more space for things that I'm interested in, but on another hand, those are a lot of books that I kept on my shelf for years with every intention of reading. That's a lot of books, and we still have not even gone through the paperbacks. So let me have a minute to process, and we will go through the paperbacks. Hello. I turned the fan off just in case you guys couldn't hear me during the last clip, which I really hope you could, because that was a lot. So now we're going to start from the bottom up. I don't really think there's going to be as many unhauls on this shelf, but we're gonna see about that. So these couple I just bought Holly Black's Modern Fairy Tales. It's a nice concept, but this book is huge. So Tithe, Valiant, Ironside, and the Limit of Ludi Lou. I don't really think I'm going to read this. If you guys think that I will, based on my enjoyment of Cruel Prince, let me know. Mask of Shadows. Let's be honest, I really am not going to read this. Love how there's a Kleenex in this one. I don't really foresee me reading this either. You know, I love sad, tragic books, but, you know. Kisses and Curses. This book has been around a long time. I always say that I'm going to read it during a spooky time, but I don't think I am this time around. The Outsiders and Glass Castle. Both of these are books that I still kind of want to reread. This one's like a classic, and this one, I just want to read it. A Heart and a Body in the World by Deb Coletti. Is this from Book Outlet? Or where did I get this? I don't think I bought this from Walmart full price. I just don't foresee me doing that. Yeah, I just don't think so. So we're gonna keep moving this forward as best I can. I'm deeply uncomfortable by all this, but it needs to be done. Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova. Beautiful book. We're actually going to put this one on death row. I'm not going to cut its cord quite yet, but it's getting close. I've spared this book so many times from Unhaul, so I either need to read it or it just needs to go. The Girl of Hawthorne and Glass. We're also going to put this one on death row. Crown of Gilded Bones is not going anywhere. I just bought that. Dead Pirate Arcanist. This is actually an ARC, or I don't think this one's an ARC, but this is book 2 that got sent to me by the author. We're gonna see about that one. This is Where It Ends. This is about a school shooting, so we're gonna keep it for now. But if it's too hard to read, I'm gonna unhaul it. The 7.5 Deaths of Evan Hardcastle. Oh, is this kind of like the, Happy Death Day? We're like, I actually am gonna keep that one. The Outsider by Stephen King. I do want to keep this around. Ooh. Maybe I'll read that around Halloween. Take a shot every time I say, I'm going to read this around spooky season. And you'll end up with alcohol poisoning. Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. This is actually something I do want to read. Yeah. Vampire Academy. Yes. We All Looked Up. No. That can go. The Butterfly Garden. I just bought that. Night Circus. We're going to keep around for a little while longer, but I don't know. Tiger's Curse, I'm gonna unhaul. I've had that book for a long time. The Grimrose Girls I just bought, and these two I just bought, so. Guys, this is like hard, but it's like invigorating at the same time. I don't know. I'm feeling so many things about this unhaul. My favorite shelf is probably my book. That was aggressive. What the yuck? Well. brief intermission. Okay, we fixed the shelf mishap. So this is actually probably my favorite shelf, and I really don't think there's a lot I'm gonna unhaul on here. I'm just gonna kind of take a look at it, and I'm not seeing anything. The only thing I'm seeing is maybe how to hang a witch, because all the rest of this is pretty recently bought. We're gonna put this one on death row. I have an idea of how to shelve the books that I'm putting on death row, quote unquote. And there's actually a book I kind of want to move up here, so it kind of fits the vibe. Oh my god, this is literally my favorite shelf. It's so cute. And I'm actually gonna put... Jocelyn, you got me started on your hiccuping kick. We're gonna put Confess up here too. Do I have room for this? Not really, but we're gonna make it fit. Okay, that works. I love this shelf. I just love how artistic a lot of these covers are. You guys can't really see it all that well, but like, I have some really cute artistic books on that shelf, and I just love them. Ah, not the pink opal. So we got one that's going on death row. It's time to move up. Hello. We are actually gonna skip over to up here. Since there's already so much empty space up here, I don't really think there's a lot that's gonna be unhauled. I can tell you for sure, I don't ever think I'm going to read Water for Elephants. I'll watch the movie, but I don't think I'm gonna read the book. The Crowns Game, I don't foresee myself reading this either. This one, I'm not sure about either. I honestly, the cover's beautiful, but it's no longer seeming like my vibe. And the rest of that is staying. Well, The Kiss of Deception, I'm actually still interested in. King's Rising, I want to give that the benefit of the doubt. I'm not so big into anthologies anymore, so I think I'm gonna unhaul this. Nothing against it. I have a hard time with anthologies, and I unhauled Kisses and Curses, so I think the only anthology I own now is... What's that book I read every fall? It's the spooky one. It's an anthology. I don't know. The Iron King I'm keeping because I do want to reread that. All the right places. I think I have given up on wanting to read this book. I think I'm just going to watch the movie because I've heard it was good. But I don't think I have an urge to read the book anymore. Sheets I'm keeping. Last Time We Say Goodbye I'm keeping. And looks like the rest of this I'm keeping. Still got rid of quite a decent amount. Yeah. I'm gonna count how many books I just unhauled, and I'll let you guys know. And then I'll decide if I want to try to tackle the bookshelf in the closet or not. We'll see about that. I just got rid of 37 books and put another about 10 to 15 on death row. So I'm gonna take a look at the state of my closet and decide if I want to get into that today. I know that I don't have too many books left in there, so yeah. I'm just a little bit apprehensive, I guess. Let me know in the comments down below what you think I should do. Should I just donate these? Should I give them to Goodwill? Should I give them to a library? Or should I try to sell them? I was going to save up all of the boxes of books and take them to a half-price books. But let me know if you guys think I should just rip off the band-aid and give them to my Goodwill. Split them up between Goodwill and my libraries. Let me know. Because I have a lot of books at this point. Like a lot of books that I've unhauled. And my shelves are pretty empty. So once I've gone through everything, we're going to be doing another shelf reorganization. which stresses me out, as you can tell. I finally had my shelves to a point where I really enjoyed looking at them, and now they're all messed up again. So the only shelf I'm very proud of right now is my smut shelf, and it's pretty and rainbow, and I love it. However, I'm going to keep buying romance, so that shelf can't be the only shelf forever. And it was time to make room. There was a lot of space that was being taken up by books that clearly I was never going to pick up. So once I finish going through all my books, I will be redoing my TBR jar for the final time. If I don't use it this time around, I'm just going to have to trash the idea and make it into something else, because what's the point in having it if it's never going to get used, you know? So I'm getting a tension headache because this is a lot, but we're just gonna open up the closet, take a look. I'm gonna pull everything out and put it up here, and we're gonna decide together. And whatever I'm keeping is gonna need to go out on a TBR shelf in plain daylight where I can see what I'm dealing with, and whatever is going, it's gonna go with the other books I'm unhauling. So it's like very bittersweet for me. Again, like I said, it's not like I'm canceling out YA altogether. I'm trying to be more selective with the books that I keep, and more selective about the books that I buy, and just more conscious of what's on my shelves, because I just got rid of almost 40 books with little to no thought about it, and I just need to be careful of what I buy from now on. I guess I let the hype and popularity of BookTube when I first started out influence me so much that I bought anything that everybody was reading. And a lot of those actually really appealed to me at the time. But I just need to focus on buying what I'm going to read and keeping what I would like to reread, or keeping what actually meant something to me. So obviously there's authors or there's series that I will never get rid of, like Sarah J Maas or Rick Riordan. I'm never going to get rid of my Twilight books, or some of my YA favorites like Cruel Prince, Stalking Jack the Ripper, any of those books. There's a lot of standalones that I love, like the Dorothy Must Die series. I don't really think I want to part with that unless I part with, I have a paperback copy and a hardcover copy, so I might part with the paperbacks. But there are a lot of series I don't plan on parting with. I'm on the fence about a couple, but it was just time for a change. Took some digging, but I have on my bed every book that was in my closet. And a lot of them are keepsake books from my childhood that I never plan to get rid of. So I'll give you a tour of those at the end. But for now, let's just get into what I'm getting rid of. We have the Archie comics. I bought this because I was into Riverdale, but let's be honest, Riverdale's trash now. We have the whole Divergent series, plus most of the Hunger Games books. The first book is on my shelf. I'm gonna keep these. These ones I am gonna keep. I just have very fond memories of Divergent. We'll see about Hunger Games if I ever want to reread it. We have the Scythe trilogy in a box set. And, you know, I've only read book 1. If I don't read even the sequel this year, I will get rid of this, I think. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. I do actually want to keep this Stephen King. On this anthology can go. I don't really have any interest in reading this one, even though this is the one, like the mashup with booktubers. I just, you know how I feel about anthologies. I'm just not really feeling it. Why did I put this down here? My subconscious said, because you're unhauling it. This is a sequel to Fallen Kingdoms. I no longer have the patience to try to finish collecting those books and then read them. The Crimson Crown by Cinda Williams Chima. Oh, this is literally book 4. I don't know why I have this. Back when I discovered the book swaps were a thing, so yeah. I'm gonna keep Night World. We'll see what it's about. I absolutely love the artwork of this book, if nothing else. I think it's really pretty. So, if not, this, it's going Unhaul. It's going bye-bye. We have 2 Vampire Diaries books. Is this one the same one I have in hardcover? No, it's different. So I'm keeping those for now. The Wendy Project, I will be unhauling. It's just a graphic novel. It was cute, but I am never going to reread that. Oh. Well, this is a very depressing 300 writing prompts that I'm actually going to throw away because I have a new one now, and nobody wants those bad memories. Slasher Girls and Monster Boys is the book I was preferring. This is the only anthology I'm going to keep, solely because the one of my favorite ones, I think it's by April Genevieve Ticholke. Oh my god, I wrote in this. I don't like that for me. No, it's by Carrie Ryan. In the Forest, Dark and Deep. That one scares the shit out of me. Like, that actually genuinely creeped me the hell out the first time I read it. Like, it's like an Alice in Wonderland thing. It's really creepy. So I am going to keep this around for spooky time. I've been thinking about this series so much lately that I think I'm actually going to reread this. It's the Crash series by Lisa McMahon. And I've been thinking about this so much that I actually do want to reread these. I love these books. They will always be relevant to me. And I actually wish there were more. I wish that this was not just a trilogy. First of all, these books are gorgeous. I love them. I'm going to reread them, like, soon. And I miss these. I'm unhauling Game of Thrones. Ain't no way I'm ever reading this. Like, we all know. The Invention of Hugo Cabret. Oh my god. I can't even tell you guys the amount of times I checked this book out at the library. I'm pretty sure, checked out this book at the library when I was little like 8 times, at least. It was like my favorite book when I was little. For like a period of time, this is all I would read. So, that's staying. I'm getting rid of the Jungle Book. It's a classic, but I'm not gonna read classics. I'm pretty sure sometimes we just collect classics to be cool. And I'm not cool. Unless you count my Squishmallow collection, because I think that's pretty damn cool. So other books I had was like, I don't know if I ever told you guys this story, but when I was little, I was obsessed with Nancy Drew books. And I would literally spend my allowance monies and go to the old flea markets and collect the old copies of them. So yeah, I'm never getting rid of these. These are like really special to me. They're still in very good condition, and I literally, every time garage sale season would come around, I would go and buy one for $5. I love these. And they're still in such good condition for like the older copies. Like, I'm just curious, like, they're this old, okay, when they still had the stamps in them. I'm just really curious. So when this one was published, 1952 or 1968, I can't tell. It's got 2 on there, but I love my Nancy Drew books. These ones are more new, and let me see when these ones were published, because these ones were published in like the 90s. But yeah, my older ones, like the ones that all look like these, you can definitely tell the difference. These ones were published in like the 50s and 60s. So, and I also have some paperback ones too, where they're behind me, I can't reach. We have like my original copies of the Percy Jackson books that I read, that even though I have newer copies, like they just hold sentimental value. So I think I want to set up a display in maybe the cat's room or the spare room of all of the books that meant a lot to me growing up. Like the first ever copy I read of Harry Potter, or that I owned. This thing is beaten to all shit because I took this shit everywhere with me. This is literally a book that my grandma had published for me. It's My Adventures in Birthday Land, and it's so sweet. She got this for me for my birthday. It has my childhood address on it. Like, today is my birthday, you know. And hang on, at the end, it has my family's names in it and everything. Like, this book was everything to me growing up. And I have another one too. It's like a Christmas themed one. And it has my birthday in it and everything, like where I travel to this realm with these elves, and let me see. Like, I'm the main character in this book. Like, look at how freaking cute this is. This is still like one of my prized possessions. I just wish I knew where the Christmas one was at, because oh my god, I love this book so much. These were some of my first chapter books that I plan on keeping. I actually did a whole book report on this one in like 3rd grade. We have British Terabithia. We have all my old Goosebumps and American Chillers. My Goosebumps are beat to all hell. So Be It. This was another book that I freaking adored when I was little. So yeah, here's all of my American Chillers and Goosebumps. This one was my favorite one growing up. Look at how beat they are. They've changed some better days. But I freaking love them. I would never ever give these up. Never. So yeah, it's just books like that that held like a special place in my life. We have more of my American Chillers. Oh, these ones are recent ones that I thrifted. Yeah, but some of these Nancy Drews, like the paperback ones. These ones were published in 1995. So yeah, these are like the newer editions of them. But yes, so that has been my book Unhaul. There probably will be another one going through like my red hardcovers and my red paperbacks, but that will be for a different time. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for a brand new video. Just know that not much is changing, except for that my focus is going to be geared on more towards the books I've been interested in. I don't want to put myself in a reading slump reading what I think I have to read. I want to read what I want to be reading. And I know it wasn't really necessary for me to have to make a video about it and like announce it to you guys, but for some people, like, they're on BookTube to look for specific reading tastes and reading genres and booktubers that cater to that. So I'm not going to stop reading YA. I still kept a pretty good chunk of it, and there are still certain authors and certain books that may be right up my alley, but things are definitely going to be changing a little bit. So let me know in the comments down below if there's anything that you want me to spare from the Unhaul. I'm going to be pretty brutal with it, so I might not spare everything that you guys want me to spare, but I will take it into consideration. So I will see you next time for a brand new video.